Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes your sources, pulls out the key stuff, and, well, gets you up to speed fast.
Yeah, and today we've got a really interesting one. We're looking at Dean Koontz's Tock. It's kind of hard to pin down, genre-wise.
Right. It's this supernatural thriller, incredibly high stakes, a literal countdown, but it's also built like a screwball comedy. Really specific structure there.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, kind of figuring out how that fusion works. How do you keep the terror real when, one of the main characters is this wacky millionaire heiress?
We're digging into character identity, how the chaos ramps up, and those deliberate genre choices the author made.
It all kicks off with Tommy Phan. The guy thinks he's made it. Just bought this amazing Corvette, bright aqua metallic, the book says.
Living the dream for about 5 minutes. Then this ancient, terrifying threat just crashes his afternoon.
And the countdown starts immediately. That computer message. The deadline is dawn. Tick-tock. Sets the pace right from the get-go.
Okay, so let's unpack Tommy himself. He's kind of the anchor for all this madness, isn't he?
He really is. His whole thing is assimilation, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was born Phan Tran Tung, but he's Tommy Phan now. American novelist, writes about Ship Nguyen, drives a sports car.
He's consciously chosen this, rational American life.
Well, the real conflict, it doesn't start with the monster. It starts, closer to home with his mother.
Ah, yes. She's trying to pull him back, isn't she? The sources really emphasize that.
Totally. Speaks only Vietnamese to him, wants him eating Koontz ham.
The traditional chicken and rice.
Right. And she absolutely hates his career choice. Being a novelist, that's no job in her eyes.
That whole tension, her worrying he's too American, worried his detective might marry a blonde woman, that's the fault line, isn't it?
It's the perfect crack for the supernatural stuff to seep into. The internal battle between Phan Tran Tuong and Tommy Phan.
And you see that instability before the doll shows up. There are these weird moments of dread.
Yeah, the first one's subtle. Right after he buys the Corvette, this sudden chill, a weird shadow, he just brushes it off, rationalizes it.
But then it comes back stronger. This, deep internal cold. His teeth are chattering, even though it's warm out.
It signals the threat isn't just external. It's already connected to him, personally, to his state of mind.
And technology turns against him, too. That brand new car radio.
Oh, yeah. It breaks, but instead of static, it's gushing water sounds, then whispers, horrible groans.
Like a crowd of people suffering.
And finally, this low, wet voice. Definitely less than human.
And then comes the package deal. The physical threat arrives.
The ragdoll, just sitting there on his porch, sand-filled, deathly still, appeared after this weird whirlwind of leaves blew inside.
And it comes with that note, right? Yellowed paper, Vietnamese writing. Ties it straight back to the culture he's trying to leave behind.
Exactly. And that note itself immediately messes with his modern world. He tries to fax it to his reporter friend, Sal.
And the machine just fails. Twice.
Yeah. It's like the magic is actively blocking technology. Rules of the game are changing fast.
And the doll doesn't stay a doll for long.
Nope. The stitches pop, it splits open like a chrysalis. And out comes this thing. 10 inches tall, mottled skin, claws, and this single horrible eye blinking open. The Minikin.
That's the point, Tommy realizes. Okay, rational explanations are out. As the book says, skepticism in this case could get him killed.
Things just escalate like crazy from there. The Minikin latches onto the Corvette.
Causes that huge crash.
Right, and it crawls out of the burning car, literally ablaze, and starts to swell up, morphing into its next form.
The quote-unquote Good Samaritan, who supposedly stopped to help.
That name choice is so chilling, isn't it? Twisting kindness into menace. This thing is smart.
And it's not stable. It casts 3 shadows, its face shifts, sometimes a hawkish nose, sometimes gray hair. It's constantly changing. An adaptable predator.
It's pure nightmare fuel. But just as Tommy's completely screwed, salvation arrives, or something like it.
Enter Deliverance Payne, Dell. And boom, the screwball comedy engine fires up.
Oh, absolutely. She pulls him out of the flaming car wreck in her jukebox van. You can't make this stuff up.
And Tommy's first thought, classic. She's exactly the kind of woman who would break his mother's heart. Perfect comedic timing, even in mortal danger.
She is the absolute embodiment of the screwball heroine. Seems totally flaky, eccentric.
But she's actually the sharpest person around.
Definitely. Hot wires cars like it's nothing my mom taught me, but insists it's just borrowing.
And her family backstory is just wow.
Isn't it? Professional poker player dad, ex-ballerina mom, who shoots him at his request because he has cancer.
And Dell wears the bullet casing as a necklace. It's so specific, so bizarre, but she owns it completely.
And she works as a waitress, just to keep her feet on the ground.
Despite being a secret heiress, $34 million, lives in this ridiculous mansion her mom built as a joke. The Great Pile.
Her attitude towards wealth and disaster is key. There's frequently damage, she says. Just roll with it.
That's the core screwball philosophy, right? Chaos is normal. Deal with it.
And her worldview totally lines up. Tommy tells her this insane story about a devil doll.
And she just accepts it, no questions asked. Believes in ghosts, werewolves, alien abductions.
Yeah, thinks the aliens are here to help us reach enlightenment.
But, and this is my favorite part, she thinks Bigfoot is bullshit.
Exactly. After all that, that's where she draws the line. It's perfect. It tells you everything about her own personal, slightly skewed reality.
And she's not just moral support. She actually helps, almost magically.
First with the vitamins, the antioxidant cocktail for stress.
Okay, that's maybe plausible.
But then she gives him that massage, and it completely cures him. Aches, burns, exhaustion, gone. It's a big hint there's more to the Dell than meets the eye.
Still, the deadline's ticking. They need answers about the curse. So they find Tommy's brother, G.
At the bakery, yeah. New World Saigon Bakery. G tries to read the note, but the inks run too much.
But he confirms it's not the usual gangs.
Right. And his advice. After Tommy's rejected the family path, you're safer trusting in family. Ouch. But it brings it back to that core cultural conflict again.
So they're on the run, trying to figure out the rules, this nutty logic, as they call it.
Yeah, the creature doesn't use GPS. It tracks them by, what is it? Psychic emanations.
Or the radiance of their souls.
Yeah.
Very poetic, very terrifying. It's keyed into Tommy's actual being.
And it finds them, tracks them to Gull's huge, ridiculous house.
Leading to this big action sequence. Tommy's got a shotgun. Dell pulls out a massive desert eagle.
Standard thriller stuff, right?
And the birds show up. This huge flock of seagulls, totally silent, swarming the place.
The nature itself is playing by screwball rules here. It confuses the creature, distracts it.
And Dell tops it all off. To get away, she destroys her own incredibly expensive yacht.
$300,000 boat. Just wrecks it and sets it on fire as a diversion. Talk about being unattached to material things. Peak Dell.
Which finally leads them to the source. Tommy's mother's friend, Mrs. Kwai Trang Dai.
The hairdresser who plays Mahjong. And Tommy realizes all those times his mom tried to get him to visit Mrs. Day.
She was trying to get magical help from the local sorceress.
And this is the big twist, right? Mrs. Day admits she sent the doll, but just to scare Tommy into coming home, not to kill him.
Maternal concern gone horribly, demonically wrong.
Seriously wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because the creature is way beyond a simple scare now. It's got tentacles, a mouthful of teeth. It's killing people.
But Mrs. Day still has some control. She looks at this monster.
And just tells it, shoo, shoo, and it backs off. Amazing.
But she says she needs until noon the next day to undo the magic, and dawn is the deadline. They're out of time in this reality.
Which is when Dell drops the final bombshells. Completely reframes everything.
Turns out Dell isn't just an eccentric heiress. She's a star child.
Yeah, result of some alien genetic experiment up at Mud Lake. Her job. Tracking down damage caused by other aliens.
It just keeps getting weirder.
And Scooty, the dog. Not just a dog. Alien guardian sent to protect Dell. Tommy's rational world is just obliterated.
But there are perks to having a star child girlfriend.
Right. Turns out that massage didn't just heal him. He doesn't need sleep anymore. Ever.
Which, as Tommy notes, gives them more time to consummate things. Convenient.
So what's the only logical move in this completely illogical situation with dawn approaching?
Propose marriage, obviously.
Naturally. Dell says yes, and they immediately charter a plane to Vegas to get married before the deadline hits. Finding safety not in logic, but in just embracing Dell's wild, magical, utterly American reality.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. The author's note at the end is really illuminating here. It confirms this wasn't just random chaos.
Not at all. Koontz explicitly states he was using the very strict rules of screwball comedy. It was intentional engineering.
Right. The male lead, Tommy Smart, sensible, but totally overwhelmed by the weirdness around him.
Check. And the female lead, Dell seems like an airhead, but is actually the wisest one there. And crucially, an heiress with a crazy family.
Double check. And the dialogue itself.
Had to have people talking at cross purposes, lots of non sequiturs, Dell's riddles. The chaos is structural.
But maybe the most important point the author makes is about Tommy's identity.
Yes. He says the story only really worked, only slew, when he made the main character Vietnamese-American. That cultural conflict was essential.
It was the ballast, the anchor needed to ground the absolutely bonkers supernatural stuff.
Precisely. Tommy's internal struggle tradition versus assimilation, Phan Tran Tung versus Tommy Phan, that gave the external threat its real weight. The demon basically weaponized his identity crisis.
So what we end up with is this, really masterfully controlled mix. You've got the totally mundane, everyday stuff,
The Corvette, the bakery, cheeseburgers.
mixed with the absolutely cosmic, star children, radios that tune across time, alien guardian dogs giving magic massages.
And Tommy's final choice isn't really about beating the demon. It's about choosing who he wants to be.
Does he go back home, be the good son his mother wants? Or does he embrace the American novelist life, which now includes marrying an alien heiress?
By choosing Della, he chooses her world, which the book calls so thoroughly American, so open to possibilities, even impossible possibilities.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener. Dell herself says reality is perception.
So if the initial magic was just meant to scare Tommy, a kind of misguided manipulation, how much of the terror that followed was purely the demon acting on its own, and how much was maybe enabled or shaped by Tommy's own choice to finally let go of his rigid rationality and just dive headfirst into Dell's utterly improbable screwball universe?